That one, that iPhone came to us in
Okay,
excellent condition.
condition.
So
Yeah.
we'll take them regardless. Any Android or iPhone, it really doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter the age of it. So I'm
What's
working
the?
with, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, what's the best way for people to get in contact with you or get a device to you? So for people
Mhm.
who are watching this, whether it's now or whether it's into the future, because most of the viewers that I have typically watch this at a later time, which is
Yeah,
understandable because lots of people are at work or in bed or whatever it is, depending where they are in the world. I mean,
yeah,
people overseas. I'm assuming at the moment your focus is in
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
But so, how do people get it to you? Like, what's the website? So I might pop that up on the screen.
Yeah, if you pop the website up and people can go to that, there's a page on there that says Connect,
Yep.
and that has or Donate, and that has all the information about where you can physically drop off devices at the moment here in Sydney, or how you can post them to us, or we have a reply paid um, that people can use to package up and send things to us. So we're getting devices from all across Australia.
Yep.
People are finding out about us, and where possible, um, if I've got someone interested in running a donation drive themselves in a local community or in a specific region, what I'm trying to do is then also find organisations in that general district that can benefit from receiving those devices once we've cleaned them up and refurbished them. So trying to keep things local to a degree and keep communities supporting their own community. So if anyone wants to run a donation drive where they are the central point collecting all the devices, then please feel free to get in touch. Oh, great, you've got there on the screen the
Yeah.
donation drop off points, and we're looking for more donation drop off points as well. We tend to work with organisations that can have something, behind the counter, maybe just to make sure people who might be concerned about dropping off a phone or a tablet somewhere have that security, knowing that that device is actually going to the end purpose that it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, whatever condition they're in, whatever age, we'll take them. So
Yeah. Well, hold up the other hold because I've noticed we've got a couple other people. So hold up that beat up phone again, so people
yeah,
can see, just how bad it is. Because I guess,
there we
I mean,
go.
have a look at look at that thing. So I mean,
That's an extreme example.
that's
That is
extreme. Oh,
extreme.
hang on, sorry, put it back up. I'll put you back onto the full screen. There you go. So now people can see better. Yeah, that one's been run over. So
But that iPhone came to us in
okay,
excellent condition.
condition.
So
Yeah.
we'll take them regardless. Any Android or iPhone, it really doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter the age of it. If it's something that we can't refurbish and reuse, then we will have it recycled. So there is a national mobile phone recycling scheme called Mobile Muster, and but none of the phones actually get reused through that program. But they securely destroy all of it, and then there's actually quite a lot of rare metals and valuable components within a mobile phone that they can then extract, and that then
Mm,
gets reused. So, and there on the screen you've got
yeah.
Gokhan.
Yeah.
Gokhan's the tech that works
Go
for
go.
me, and yeah, and he's done some specialist training in micro soldering skills, which is
Wow.
soldering, 1 millimeter size little microchips and things onto the logic boards within a mobile phone. So his
It's
hands as steady as a
that's
surgeon, he has.
amazing. Yeah, it's going to put people like me and my soldering skills to shame. That's for sure. I tried
It's
to
the
solder something
really
recently. It was a disaster. I was like, okay. I jumped on YouTube and I thought I broke the jack like on my on some headphones. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll just get this other one from these headphones that don't work, and the jack piece is fine, and I'll just get that across. And I don't know what I did. I thought it was going to be pretty straightforward, but yeah, no, it they're not working. So yeah, 1 millimeter. Wow, it's amazing. So good. I just think it's such a great. I think it's such a great thing. Are there any just while actually while I've got the website here? Anything
Yeah.
else here that you think would be good to show people?
I think the main thing is that we're actively looking for project partners, I suppose. So
Mm,
on the page that says who we can help, or who we help, is actually very little information. That one's a work in progress, and that's where we'll
yeah,
be updating with the different organisations that we're supporting and working with. And eventually there'll be a section on there too where people can actually purchase a refurbished device from us. So that then provides us with that money towards repairing the phones that can be then given to people in need. So
mm,
it's an ethical way or a socially conscious way of getting
mm,
a device too. Even if it's for your kids once they
mm,
hit high school or whatever, or you're looking for
mm-hmm.
something quick, then we'll be offering that too, so that again, it as a social enterprise, it's providing us with an income to be able to do the actual social component that we're wanting to do, which is to get devices into the hands of people that need them, that
Yeah,
otherwise wouldn't be able to access them.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So, what, if you don't mind me asking, because I think it's good for people to understand, and part of the reason I'm running these different series I'm running is that I want. I suppose one thing I really like the process of sparking ideas, and I see how stuff happens in my own mind, and you see one thing here and then you think, oh, that could be used over here. And I think a lot of the great things that we've seen coming out in recent times have often been have transplanted some sort of system or a model from one area and just plunked it over into another area. um, so but I also like, I suppose, people to be able to be educated from the ground up so that they can sort of go, okay, well, how would I even start? Because I think
mm,
sometimes, and I don't know the stats, there'll be some statistician out there. If anybody watching knows, and put it in the comments, like, in the future when you're watching this later on, if somebody knows the stats, but uh, I think a lot of people who are probably a bit more socially conscious, if you want to call it that, or lean towards doing something in social enterprise, not for profit, what have you, don't always have a bucket load of cash themselves. So
mm,
you might have a big heart, but you don't have a big
yeah.
bank balance. So how, I guess it sounds like you've had a bit of grant money come in. Like, how have
Yeah.
you guys, I guess, functioned from that regard so far?
Yeah, so I guess when starting up a social enterprise, you need to make sure that you've got enough seed funding to get you up and running. And then that you actually, a social enterprise is different to a charity that is solely reliant on donations. Social enterprise is actively selling goods or a service in order to derive an income that then supports the social aims of that organisation. So you have to not think like a charity, and you have to think like a business. And I think that's where starting out a lot of small charity social enterprise groups struggle, because they don't have a marketable product or service to be able to give to someone. I'm on the board of a local food rescue organisation in my area called the Crateful Group, and it very much is, it's been operating kind of like under the radar for the last 7 years, and we've only in the last excuse me 2 years become a registered entity and are registered with the Charities and Not-for-Profit Commission and can receive monetary donations.
Mm,
But for us, we don't look to achieve derive an income or for
mm-hmm,
ourselves. It's
mm,
100% volunteer run, so there's a very low
okay.
cost base to run the
Mm,
operation. All the food that comes in is rescued from supermarkets. we ask for a $3 contribution for the hampers that we give out, which are, fruit boxes filled with fresh produce and perishable goods. And then that money then covers insurance, petrol costs, business registration fees every year, just the basic things that we need to be able to cover. But we're not looking to increase that, our offering, to become like a business of such. Our purpose is take food that's being otherwise going to be discarded, get it to people who could do with a helping hand, and not charge a huge amount for it, just enough to cover our costs. So for $3, someone's getting a massive box of fruit and veg. I think that's the difference between that and then starting something like, example, the Reconnect project, which is going to have some pretty expensive overheads in regards to if we need to be purchasing spare parts and paying for people's time. So at the moment, I don't derive a wage from the Reconnect project.
Sorry, just before we push on there, because I just, is that the right spelling for the Crateful group if people are wanting to find out? Crateful, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
That's a local Southern Sydney-based food rescue group.
Awesome.
That I'm
all right,
I'm
we'll wipe
involved
that
with.
off, and then I'll put this one back so people know who